press go live on the thingy. Yes, hopefully. If this is working, we should get the avatars up. It looks like they're up on my OBS. Just double check this because I think, yeah, it's game capture, so it should be above the performance metrics. I believe that's sorted. The microphone is kind of echoey. I wonder, is it because it's at the screen, like the display? Yeah, that sounds horrible. I think that's a little less echoey. There's not a whole lot I can do. It's like just right behind the camera, so that's a thing. It does seem to be running. So yes, I've already got a like. I must be a good streamer. So I'm an hour in. I don't know what's going on there. Because it is not an hour in, I've just started. I mean, maybe it comes up on YouTube like an hour early or something. Yes, I am Goomy. There's also something, if you use 8-ball, then it is going to work. I don't know. So, here we've got the Sakura I'm working on. I tried to do this a little before stream. I've got all this kind of stuff going on because I think I can show you this sketch layer here. Like you'll see, I did this about 480p resolution. Power limit throttling, that's interesting. I just realised it has that on Intel XGU. Anyway, we've got this character here, which is a sketch of Sakura. And I drew that before I even started on this PC. I drew that in 480p, but on vector layers, so it would resize to this resolution, which you should see up here, I think. No, it's just above. It says 30,720 pixels by 17280, which is 32K resolution, and the maximum that DaVinci Resolve will support, if I can ever find that USB dongle. Let's make me character dance, because I'm procrastinating. Yeah, it's same as stream bitrate is low, I know that. I am aware. No drop frames though. So, must have a decent Wi-Fi connection. I did enter that command. There we go. So at least I've got the chat working. That's a good thing. Somehow I'm not #1 in my own chat. I must be no, I want to be #2 really. I think everyone knows that by now. So I need my glove on because it's art. So you know what? I can just bring up OBS above that window. I'm multitasking on the secondary display. I've got the OLED I've got here because I've not got the third display this time around, which I would probably be using stream avatars on, to be honest. I've got like everything just stacked on top of each other. I'm making it work. Hopefully you'll see if these layers stack just how much of a mess it was. I think I actually used ovals for these eyes, like the actual oval tool. So that's a thing. Yeah, these eyebrows, are they eyelashes? No, I think you call them eyelashes. Anyway. There's me forgetting how to name parts of a face. I think I can just tidy that up a little. You know, I was just like sitting around, I did this, so that's how it went. The immediate thing I'm seeing is these go like quite far up, and they don't need to go that far up. So we're going to get the eraser, get the vector eraser particularly. So, interesting. I feel like I'm missing something here because is that the top of the eye or what is it? Oh, okay. I get it now. That's the hair. I believe we can trim that. Keep that there, I think, because yeah. So there should be like the top of the oval thingy I'm using for eyes. There we go. Excellent. delete that, and so that eye looks a little more natural, I feel. We want to get the eraser again. I mean, I've actually got tools here. I've not finished them. I mean, you can see all this now. Like, the way I had it before, you couldn't. Now you can see basically everything I'm working with. There's my keyboard, a 1048 Apple video editing keyboard. You might be able to tell if there's, like, coloured keys somewhere here. Yeah, the whole keyboard has lots of rainbow keys on. But it's just very hard to see. Anyway, it's an A1048 video editing keyboard. I'm sure you can find pictures of it. It's not like an uncommon video editing keyboard. I would rather have it than any new Apple video editing keyboard, because this was the last, in my opinion, the last decent keyboard Apple made. And yes, I am using an Apple keyboard on Windows. It has volume keys, and it's small enough to fit on my desk nicely. Because I've got this Dell with volume keys and everything. It's like that front to back, and the Apple one is like that. I'm limited for space, so I'm going to take what I can get. And if it's an Apple keyboard, then so be it. It's kind of got cracks in. I don't think they show up on stream. It's fine, like they're just visual cracks like here and stuff, but it's not perfect. I don't really care. At least it's something I'm not afraid to use, because it is like that. So here though, I'm not like tracing anymore, which I do. I kind of traced the original, but I had to like turn it into Sakura. That was a big thing with what I was doing then. Yeah, the hair is covering that, so I probably don't have to redraw that part. That's a mess. It doesn't matter. We've got... Okay, we've got these things. I believe I did use, like, with reduced vector points thing. Is that my PC fan being picked up? I think it is. Which is not ideal. It really isn't that loud in real life. It just sounds loud. I don't know if it's mic positioning or what, but yes, it just sounds kind of loud. I don't think it's too intrusive. And I do have the Ace Attorney music, which I was in such a panic I didn't get to start, which is irritating to say the least. At least that'll cover up the fan sound somewhat. Yeah, I think it like cuts in after I started a bit. So it takes a few seconds. And back to YouTube's streaming thingy, where I get the comments. I feel like this is not quite done. I mean, again, that's kind of messy. You're never going to see it, so I don't have to tidy any of that up. Because even me, with my like obsession with getting everything looking just right, you don't always have to. If no one's ever going to see that detail. No one's ever going to know it's imperfect kind of thing. So, pivot this just a little. You see, I've got my mouse. Hopefully if I just bring this up, I can show. It's complaining that the bitrate is low. It's got 4 messages. Oh, hi, Elena. It is me. I exist. I have a face. And a voice, surprisingly enough. I also have a key dial. Yes, everything is here. I keep using like my mouse scroll wheel. Got this Lenovo mouse, and I keep using that, but I've got this little scroll thing on the key dial, and it works so much better, but I never use it. Because, I don't know, I think I just get used to a laptop where I have to use a mouse, because I don't have a key dial on there, and it would quite frankly just be inconvenient carrying a key dial around everywhere. The point of that is the portability. This desktop, it's all set up here, with like all the stuff I need. That's why I love using it. I've even got my performance metrics up. So, you know, you can see how much processor I'm using. Yes, I am real. And I'm also taking loads of time to read the chat because I struggle to multitask, apparently. I've been good at it before, now for some reason I'm having issues. Real issues. There's something you can try. There's 8-ball. If you try 8-ball, it does work on here, and I have added a little Easter egg thing with it, which I worked on yesterday. But it's not perfect. But it took some time. Oh, these are not good. Like, you see, I hyperfixate on these tiny things. Oh dear. Hyperfixate on these really tiny details that ultimately don't matter. Object tool, the key dial. Oh no, I still haven't messed that up with a volume key. You see, like, I had to reinstall Windows. I kind of messed that up because I didn't, like, resort everything out. I tried, but, you know, at least I've not got as much software I don't need. I don't know. I need a... So, it's the left mouse button. Oh, okay, that one actually works. It's just finding what works on the key dial is kind of the adventure, I guess. Right, so I've got actually, you know, because otherwise I would be reaching over to the mouse. I wonder if Sakura is real. Yeah, so I've got this key dial is... Yes, Sakura is now 8-ball. What would you call it? I do feel like it's taking time for it to go through. Was that like green Miku? I don't know, I feel I'm missing something obvious. I don't remember the pack saying it had green Miku. I mean, it's probably an obvious Vocaloid I'm missing. Anyway, you can change the Vocaloid, the same avatars, and I think there's like 5 or 6. It's the I'll see if I can get the link actually, because the Vocaloid pack will say what's available. I actually typed that correctly. I didn't think I did. So, Steam Workshop. Yeah. Easy for me trying to say which one's available. I can hopefully just get this link. It's slightly odd as to which ones. I know it seems to look like green Miku, but I don't know. I don't remember seeing that in the pack. If I just check. I mean, the closest there is Gumi, but as you'll see, I've got Gumi because my hair is like very slightly green, so I'm gonna just run with that. And yeah, that's like the green-haired Vocaloid. So I don't know what the Elena one is. It's odd. Like, I guess Sakura is Miku because I see her as like my version of Miku, so I decided upon that. And I don't know. Like, I don't know what it's doing. And from what I recall, it defaults to Gumi. Maybe it's got some variations if you have so many on screen at once of the same character. I've not tried that, but yeah. It's just, I can't think of another one, Vocaloid, that has twin tails. If it's a single ponytail, yeah, it seems to be a single. Maybe my display is like completely rack colour or something, but it looks like a Kitaneru. It looks exactly like that character, but she is supposed to be yellow-haired. She actually inspired Kitchen Sponge Charm, so she's supposed to be yellow-haired. That's what confuses me. But it appears to display as green on here. So yeah, it is a single ponytail, kind of at the side. I mean, I made Kitchen Sponge Charms at the back, so you know, Kitchen Sponge Charm has a different ponytail. I totally didn't just rip off an idea from like late 2000s Vocaloid culture. I would say that I feel like the character has kind of made a comeback more recently. Like, more people are using it in the videos and such, the music videos. It doesn't actually have a voice bank because it was like I think they call it a fanloid. Yeah, a Kitanero but green. I don't know why it's showing up that way. Because if you're seeing the green as well, it's just not me. It's not like my system being iffy. Very odd. Yeah, I mean, the link I put should show the different ones available. And you use the, I think you use the second name. So it would be like Neru, Luca, Miku. You just put the second name because I've done that before and it's worked. Now, I think you just put Reen. It's odd like that, but I don't think Kagami Reen will bring it up. I think it's just Reen that you use to enter it. I'm so obsessing with this detail. It has to be perfect. Well, it probably doesn't, but you know. I'm going to just try and like move the vector points and stuff and then do some fine corrections and then... This is supposed to be an animation and I'm being this obsessed with the details. Okay, I feel like I can get the pedals to... Pedals? What is this, a Gran Turismo video? Petals to a like good enough measure. So it looks good, but... You know... I doubt anyone's going to, like, really zoom in. And I did have to draw any of these. Yeah, look, like... These are switch corner. I do like using mouse. I know, like, I can see it myself. I am just using the wrong scroll wheel. I also have a random 256GB flash drive. Yeah, the petals are hard. Believe me, it's been so much harder on the actual original Sakura image I did. Like this, as I say, I can just call it being slightly less detailed. It's just going to kind of flash by. I think I actually might have the references here. I don't know. Folder 1, is it? I don't know, because I did have the Miku images, which I used as reference. It doesn't appear to have it. Yeah, screen. Wait. Why is it gone smaller? It's like... Miku and Gumi and Akita Neru are fine. But then, for some reason, Reen is just tiny. I don't know what's going on there. What I'd like to do someday is actually have some of my characters there. But it's going to take some time to actually make them in-stream avatars. It would be a fun idea though, I feel. Anyway. This is good music. Mainly because I found it. I mean, you know, I've not got like a copyright strike or anything for using video game music. And some of it's pretty good. I mean, you have to find the right game because, you know, not all of it will work. I mean, if you go through Forza Horizon, it'll literally just be normal songs. Which isn't actually as good for being in the background. Oh no, fading away. Yeah, I would love to do it. I don't feel confident in my own characters though. That's why I have to keep redesigning them. That's why there is Sakura V3 and I didn't just like leave it at V2. I think it's because also I want to put like, it's going to be in a story and I want to put out the best work for that. Because I just don't want to put something out subpar. I mean, there's a million stories out there. How am I going to make it special unless, like, I make it special? Yeah, just see these pedals like that. Is that even me trying? I mean, I don't know. If I did this on laptop, to be fair, that's, I don't know, like the secondary display I use as a video tablet. I mean, I'll have to try and find a picture, I guess, because I really do like that thing. It's like an Asus laptop and it's got a graphics tablet built into it, for lack of a better explanation. Ah, Luca. Yeah, Luca's a pink-haired one. Also, I know that Luca is like 20, so somehow... What is going on? My stream avatars is making everyone green-haired. I feel like just keeping it because it's kind of funny. Seeing like each character with green hair. What I don't get though, Sakura has Miku and that's appeared perfectly fine. I mean, I could reboot stream avatars and just see if that fixes the issue. Yeah. Now I just imagine people like sitting on my RAM usage metric to block it. That was kind of an oversight on my part. I didn't think, oh, that's like a Vocaloid size gap, so we can actually cover it up. Yeah, I think, is the green cheese? I don't know. Sakura is special. That's the only character that isn't green. I'll actually try, I'll try mine, changing it so... Let's try Len. I think we've not had a Len up this time. Stealing my Gumi because I'm changing. Oh, now I'm allowed hair that isn't green. Apparently viewers aren't allowed hair that isn't green. I am allowed hair that isn't green. I think I actually saw what's interesting. Green and Len, I believe, are like yellow and... Oh, no, I believe green is orange or something, or yellow. One of them. Yeah. Blue cheese. So blue cheese is a real thing. So, Miku is... Okay, Miku is turquoise hair, technically. But Miku should be the blue cheese one now. I don't know, it's like, Green and Len are... They are younger than, like, the other Vocaloids, canonically. But they shouldn't be that much smaller, surely. Like, when I've seen pictures of the different Vocaloids together, they... Yeah... I'm a tiny little man. To be fair, it is realistic. I am a short man. He has that, like, hairpiece sticking up. It's like him desperately trying to be tall. Like, putting heels on to make yourself taller. I guess that's a man equivalent of it. Yeah, Tito does some strange dances on this. That's that's the thing, like, I noticed that. Well, oh yes, also rendered the hair in. It looks a little more pink to me than it perhaps should be, but that is definitely Tito hair. It's close, because pink and red are pretty close. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just some glitch, because I had played around with the other avatars before, and they were displaying the colour correctly and everything. Luca did have pink hair. No idea what was going on there. Okay. This is looking okay, then. And I'm repeating okay too much. Delete the control point. So we're going to split this. Sometimes it just happens and like Clip Studio makes far more vector points than it needs. No idea why it does that. I have no idea about most things in this world. I just pretend to be more intelligent than I am. There's something I have to try, as I have got the stream avatars installed. Of course, I'm going to try this. So, if I get my emojis up. I actually put the minimum slots thing as 1 coin as well, which seemed to be as low as it'll go. So you don't have to bid as much, like it wanted it to be 5. I changed that much. I'm gambling cheese. I like gambling cheese, even if it messes up the slot machine. Someone's going to have a nightmare cleaning the slot machine out, that's for sure. I just imagine, like, I imagine some cleaner guy going, who put cheese in the slot machine? So this part can go, I think, just up a little, really. Delete the extra point. I should be using that scroll wheel, but my hand doesn't do it. I think it's just habit, really, because I've not used the key dial properly in a while. I started using it more recently because you can get some decent add-ons. But yeah, I'm doing a lot with the mouse. So, yes, the cheese slots. We are going to gamble all the cheese. We're going to turn this into the cheesiest slot machine ever. And whenever anyone looks back, they will say it was the reckoning of the cheese. That was what ruined the slot machines on whatever day it is, August 2025. Yeah, like this switch corner you'll see I'm doing here, basically it differentiates a corner being like that from being like that, like a just more slope thing. It's hard to explain. Yes, I do believe you like cheese. I can believe that. And there we go. I need to add a control point. I could just switch corner on the one that's existing, but I feel like this is going to be a bit more effective personally. Yeah, I mean, it's like not the most important, but you see, just a little bit of perfecting these lines I think can go a long way. And I believe also, like, this should almost be done. I think I just have to correct a few, like, smaller pieces. So, move that in. Do I want that? Yeah, so move that out a little, I would say, just so there's a little gap. Okay, apparently I have a cheese emoji up, so I'll just end to a cheese for no apparent reason. Yeah, my reasoning will probably... My actual explanation as to why I'm putting the cheese in will come actually later, I've realised. So yeah, I'm just going to confuse everyone that sees this. Cheese, exactly. We need all the cheese. What's this? Why? You see, it's like I've just got this window of all of the vector things like that. Not vectors. How do I confuse vectors and emojis? Anyway, just like a big scroll list of them. I've just got like random things showing off. Oh, I have to try this. Gambling food. Yes. It looked like a coin. How was I supposed to know the difference? How was I supposed to know that's not actually a coin and that's instead a cookie? They look exactly the same. There we go. My head is trying to calculate things. Also, I'm not sure you can see it, I have a calculator on my desk. I value my emotion. Are you putting out darken in the slots when he's not here? 100%. Put 100% of the savings in. Well, it looked like a single coin. I wonder how much currency I've got with just like my messing around and stuff. I can check that. I think I'll actually try and show my weird rainbow keyboard. Calculator, yes. I should actually show it better. It is a Casio I've had for many years. Casio make nice calculators. I've even got a Casio keyboard down here below the desk. So, yes. Let's see what model it is, actually. It's not like a fancy, what's it, scientific or anything. But I often use different resolutions, and the thing about it is, we have, different ones. Made in China. Oh, it says on the front, but it's a Casio MX8. It says MX8 like that. This doesn't focus so well closely, but hopefully you can see in some sense it says MX8. That's the model name. Yeah, I've had that for so many years. I wouldn't be surprised if I've had that for 15 years already. I did buy it a long time ago. I wasn't even adult when I bought that. And I am well into my adult years now, so yes. I've got it. It still works. It'll probably be a family heirloom or something. Like, you know, you are 18 now. You can inherit the family calculator. This calculator has been passed down through generations. This is perfect music for telling the story of, like, the calculator that gets passed down as well. There should be a Battle Royale. I mean, all of the standard stuff that comes with Stream Avatars should work. I noticed that it's when I made Sakura a moderator, I think that fixed the 8-ball, because the 8-ball wasn't originally working. So yeah, that was a little bit of a task. I did that yesterday. Everything seems to work now. And so, the calculator lived on. The calculator was used to perform many feats of goodness. See how long I've got on this music. So, wow, got quite a while. Got like, yeah, just about 1 hour 40 left. There is a lot in this, and I'm on the wrong tab. Yes. If it brings anything up, I'll try and join the Battle Royale. Royal? I know it's probably Royal, but I call it Royale. I don't know what's going on. Like, it has provided issues before. Maybe it's just not working now. I mean, maybe I have to enable the command or something. Maybe it's just taking time. I honestly don't know. Like, I can have a look into it. Just not while I'm drawing, because, you know, this stuff can take time. It can throw up some confusing issues that don't really make sense, because technology. It's one of the reasons why I just always use this machine. I actually have more powerful systems, but this is just something that's very functional. It just works. Until it doesn't. The thing is, I actually had this. It was having horrible stutter issues. You know what fixed it? It wasn't the reinstall of Windows I did. Of course that's not what fixes it. What ends up fixing the machine is switching over 2 sticks of RAM. Because if you see in the bottom right corner, we have slot shoes 404. I can allow you to be a mod if you would like that, Elena. It wouldn't bother me. I don't want to force it on you. So, it's ultimately up to you if you want it. I do trust you enough. Windows. Yes. Imagine if this was like just a glass window and it wasn't doing anything. I was just like prodding a glass window. Yeah. Basically, I work on my own terms though, so Microsoft can't stop me having the taskbar at the side, which I do. Yeah. It is a window. It was a surprise. Oh, actually, now I have to... I'm a gambling addict for, like, ridiculous things. Actually, yes. I'm going to gamble too because Windows, you know? It's not just one, it's both Windows. And my ears are falling off. I do have the motorized ones, which I can't reach now. They're like way up there, and I'm too short. But yeah, I have the motorized ones, but there's just various stuff that I need to sort out first. I'll actually show you these. They're not real AirPods. They're like fake AirPods that I've got. I'm probably going to use them because the wires and stuff can get in the way. I just had these. They were in the loft somehow. What's going on with the slots? Like, is it just taking time? Ah, yeah, it is. It's gambling now. Maybe I entered it wrong. Maybe I entered the windows too close. Or maybe I just lost. I'm not paying enough attention. I don't know the lyrics, but I'll sing along anyway. I don't think there are lyrics. The thing is, I try and use like gaming music that isn't just obvious, but like still pretty good, because there's things like that are always used as Mario music, but at the same time I just don't want to touch Nintendo stuff because I know how they can be. Like Nintendo can be like, I'm not sure if they like it anymore. I think I mentioned before, but they were like, if you make gaming videos with our games, you have to give us 50% of your profits. And it's like, sure, if I'm using their music, the same thing would probably end up happening to me, even though I'm not technically playing a Nintendo game. And it's also, as I say, it's very cliche. A lot of people use Nintendo music. Yeah. I mean, I could try reopening stream avatars. It should all stay the same, so... Disconnect. That's odd. My mouse appears... Oh, my mouse is moving over OBS. I'm just being dumb. Or is it? No, there's duplicate. Okay, what's going on here? My mouse appears to be on there. Oh, no, it's okay. I'm just being dumb. It's the overlay. It's the stream avatars overlay, I believe. Yeah, the slot machine is not having a nice time. Hopefully now I've reopened it, we can convince... Hopefully we convince them to let us back in the arcade. And mess up the slot machines again. I have too much fun being a rebel. Oh well, I'm rich enough to pay someone to clean it up. Okay, these petals, like, they just change size suddenly. That's a bit off. If I change the size of these, so they, like, correspond a bit better to each other. Yeah, the overlay, it's stream avatars, basically. How it works, you have, like, the OBS with the multiple layers. So there's, like, I think in my case, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, so I have my performance metrics somewhere over there on the screen. I have my Clip Studio, like, basically across the entire screen behind everything. And then I have my webcam. And then on top of that, I have, like, a semi-transparent window. And that's how stream avatars works. 11, yes. I wonder how much currency I have. I'm not sure if I checked that. Currency. 11 is a lot, okay? Given the kind of world Sakura comes from, it probably is, you know. The normal people in that world, they do not have a whole lot. Like, all the money is basically at the top. So, you know, that's just how it ends up until the whole problem of the system is sorted. And people start having better lives because everything gets better. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of money, though, for a bulk of a story. I think it was like, I actually had something like they have to survive off raw tomatoes. We can't break the law by breaking the, what's it? We can't break the intellectual property of potatoes by using that. We have to have a off-brand potato. And I am indeed a billionaire. I don't know. I'm almost a 2 billionaire, because I think that's how it works. I think 100 is a billion. I'm pretty sure. It's like, it's almost like stream avatars is just messing with me. Because it's like, you know, you cannot quite have 200 coins. I'm not gonna flip the table. Yet. I imagine now someone's gonna like come out who was here at every stream and they're just gonna have 9,000 currency or something, or every stream since I started using stream avatars. Just thinking, should I now gamble away every one of my 199 coins? I'm a bad influence. I believe it was on the Tomo stream I realised the cheese is worth 4 coins. Oh, also, another thing I changed, the winning thing on slots is now 50. It was 46 before, so I thought it would be better if it was like the middle point instead of you're most likely to lose, you know, like so there's an equal chance. I think that's what it will mean. So there's an equal chance of whether you get the win or get the lose. I'm not obviously, like, I could, just for fun, I could have like happy hour. Yeah, thank you for 1 coin. Now I have to check how much I've got. That was a very generous donation. But I don't know what I would have done without it. We streamers need those fictional golds to win. You can actually, as I say, you can enter 1 coin to gamble though instead of like 5. So, you know, you don't need a whole lot to mess with that. Yes, I have 201. Okay, now it gives me the 1 coin. Of all the times it could possibly give me that 1 coin. So, I will return the favour. So, I'm going to have to copy your comment because I can't remember this stuff. Currency, give. Yes, slots is working out 1, that's good. Currency, give. Imagine if I just gave it all to Sakura as a lie. You can have all the money in the world for no apparent reason, even though you'll never use it. Currency, give. Yeah. I think slowly. Ah, there is it showing up. Because I'm a millionaire, I'm going to give money to charity. I'm not just enabling gambling or anything. Why would I ever do that? These headphones like pushing the ears forward. They're heavy. Heavy, chunky headphones with 3 drivers in them. Basically, they're the nice versions of the abused old one. Chipboard. Is that a clipboard? Or is it just a board with loads of chips in? Like a really old beaten up board. Just all of a note with all the things on there. On a really beaten up old board. That should be my headcanon now. We don't have yes. Cancel all the charitable donations I gave you. Well, it paid off. Now you're richer than me. Far richer. You got like 3 times my money. It's one of those things, you know, it's like, it's a kind of thing you should lose all your money for, but you somehow didn't, and you came out richer than everyone else. Yes, intense gambling music. Oh, I just realised, yeah, 200, so that would make 300 plus, wouldn't it? I think I'll take a break from this part of it for now, because obviously the belt is going to take ages. What next? Gambling the slot machine. Because I'm pretty sure you can gamble a slot machine. Yeah. I just have a tendency to find weird ways to break this stuff. Look, of all things, of course I would find out you can put cheese in it. Okay, so we've got SF2, which actually stands for Sakura Frame 2. It's not totally meaningless. So, got to get a vector line, because vectors are a lot easier to resize. SF2, and then final. Yeah, these eyes are just a little off, but I can make them work. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't know what I should call them, like crumbs. Admittedly, I was working at a much lower res and I was kind of rushing these things out because I knew I was going to just trace over them anyway, but it does irritate me. The first one, actually, fun bit of lore there. I lost the pen from my laptop, so I drew this on a mouse. Thank you. Thank you, Elena. I do appreciate someone liking my work. But yeah. That is very scrappy. So we go back to the SF1 I just drew. The difference really is night and day, even with this being in an unfinished state. I could have probably left the belt. You see here, I knew I was going to skip this. That's why the belt looks as scrappy as it does. Because it's not really even a belt, it's just a load of circles that aren't even circle. So I think I'll go 25% transparency. I'm going to go a lot thinner, so just check SF1. Because I did use a consistent pen size. 15, yes. 15 is what I commonly use. So if we go this, it shouldn't be on 178, it should be on 15. Yes. You know who we should ask? We always have to ask 8-Ball. Yeah, it does actually look like popcorn. That's me when I whoosh things. They don't look like they're supposed to look like. But in a way, it's kind of charming. Like, you know, it's just... It doesn't work as it's meant to, but that's fine. It's just got some weird kind of soul that my final work lacks. I mean, I guess it has a soul, but just not at all like what it did have. This is just a very scrappy kind of fun idea. And hopefully this shows these things are not always perfect. I mean, I did this by tracing Hatsune Miku, actually. I can try and find the original video just for a reference. Won't be playing the audio because I've got all this music on and it, you know, it'll get all hectic, but still. Should I gamble? My sources say no. It lies. Sakura is a liar. Well, it's kind of in the name, to be fair. So, locate for YouTube. No, it's gone and entered YouTube Studio. That's not the thing I want to go on. I want to go on the other YouTube. Already been going for 50 minutes. It doesn't feel like 50 minutes. So this is... yeah. Wait, you're saying... wants me to watch an Initial D video. Anyway. If I just check this is displaying correctly and everything. Yep. So we've got back to live streaming. This is a video. Music. Yes, I'm gonna redo every single frame of this. There you go. So like, there's this. At some point, there's the Miku one I'll find. Like, I have to do this with all my own characters. The Gakupo is going to become Norman. Just like Ray Davis became Norman in that 1970s album. So yeah, that is actually what I used as the basis for what I'm doing now. Actually, I'll find the other thing as well, because I did recently have this image almost complete, which is like a take on one of the images here. Just gotta find where it is. Because I got all this, just random still frames. I think it's... there we go. Found it eventually. So, yeah. That, you know, I did mention before, Kitchen Sponge Chan's hair was inspired by Akita Neru. I just had to. I just had to do that. Like, it's not an exact copy, but... and that character isn't from the same lore, from the same story. But just seeing that, you know, the worlds are kind of crossing over, I had to use that reference. Is that, see, there's something in that corner. Is that, yeah, so it's captured the display. I was just wondering what that light thing is. So yes, this is going to become what Miku was. There is actually a tool I have. This is Simplify Vector Line I found. It's actually very useful because what you do, you go on this, and if I show on here, there is a lot of points here. If I go over it with this magic brush thingy, I guess technically not a brush, but a tool. If I do that, it will simplify the whole arrangement of vector layers, and there we go. Less points, much easier to work with, and it has the same thing. Yeah, Kitchen Sponge Chan. You know what? I'm going to do this now. I mentioned her, so... no, yes, let's see if this works. It should work. I can try using a pen, actually. I feel in this particular context, the pen will work for just correcting these lines. I did also just use it to draw the lines, but I don't have to like have this exactly matching, but just I want the overall flow. Like, I feel I did that much at least, so I could draw over it and everything. I wasn't planning on making the line art thinner, but as it turns out, it just looks really thick here. So even when I downsize it to 1080p or whatever. Yes, the yellow hair has returned. It is no longer green, Akita Neru. You know, like, it's, if you look at Kitchen Sponge Chan and Akita Neru next to each other, you'll see the inspiration. There was another thing, actually, where the mask came from. I could bring that up as well. Because another little Vocaloid reference I made. If I find it, so... there we go. Ooh, this is a 4K version. I need to try and find the frame or somewhere around there that I used. There we go. So this is another reference I actually used on the original Kitchen Sponge Chan image. I'll just find my way back. So, yeah, and then you see, like that, that's about the frame I used to Actually, pose, so that's Luca, that's obviously not Kitaneru, because she doesn't really have the same appearance in Project Eva and all that, but that's basically the pose I used. This is also a very good song. That's showing up there. Yeah, so that's where I got the pose from. And that was, little Easter egg. I don't think anyone really noticed it. But it is indeed from Project Eva, and the whole mask thing just worked out. Like, she's got the mask and it's the front of a kitchen sponge and all that. Kind of worked out better than I'd any right to. I'm noticing this, though, as it changes. This line is going out wider, which is okay, because, you know, you'll see that line is so wonky. I feel like also I can probably bring this in a little just to get it working. So many points that just don't need to be here. Okay, that's a start, definitely, as I'm sure you can see. That was a lot more wonky. Like, it's still not perfect, but if I get rid of SF2 as it is, Sakura Frame 2, there's still final refinements that can be made, but it's generally tidy enough to work with, and I should really lock this layer so I don't end up messing with the wrong layer. The other layers are, like, not visible, but I could lock this one anyway, just to be sure. I don't think it edits layers, though, if they're not visible. Yeah, Project Eva is fun. Especially when you mod it and have, like, Walter White and a CJ from Grand Theft Auto dancing together. It works far better than it has any right to. I think there's also, like, Palkia, the Pokemon. You can dance as that. The mods in that game are just incredible. There's also, I think I've seen Guitar Hero. There's actually a Tito mod for that. Not the Synth version, the older design, which is also the one on Stream Avatars. Yeah, I think, what, Guitar Hero World Tour, that seems to have some fun mods, but I've not played that myself. There's just a whole load of mods as well. There's some mods that are actually really far better rendered than they have any right to be. It's the characters from My Dear Friend No-Katan. Like, they are really well finished. They look amazing in just terms of quality, and yes, they are in Project Eva, which I believe it, like, plays on the fact that Hatsune Miku's voice actor was the blonde-haired girl in that anime, so that's what they I think that's what they were running with it. It's the kind of thing, like, there's also the theme for that song had been done with a bunch of Vocaloids because of such a reason. It wasn't originally out of Vocaloids, but someone on the internet did it because, of course, it's the internet. People do fun things like that. Yeah. I think you can get it cheaper on sale. It's something. It's like £50 for the full thing new. Don't know what that is in dollars. It's quite a bit, but it does go on sale now and then. So that's what I'd suggest doing if you do want the game. Stream Avatar is actually good. It's only something like £15 and probably under $20. So that is not an expensive program for what you get. It's non-subscription as well. Like, I just wouldn't bother with any VTuber stuff because I think you have to pay actually a subscription for the software. So, to me, it's just not worth it. I really don't like subscriptions. It was the original thing that deterred me from messing with Adobe, even before they went in on this AI stuff. The subscription models are just not something I'm a fan of at all. For perspective, the version of Clip Studio you are seeing me using now, it's something I bought in 2019. Yeah, Sakura in a comic. That sounds interesting. Yeah, Sakura was like the first design I did well, I think. After Pizza Demon Chan, which I did back in the day of, I think that was 2023. But Sakura, it was the first design I did that like I can really say I'm proud of. Took until version 3 though to get there. I wasn't too happy with the first two. I mean, this is an interesting challenge though, because I'm not really using my own art style per se. Like, as you'll see from what I'm tracing now in the video I did show a little earlier. Yeah. Doll hairs. That's actually really cheap if you factor how cheap you can get a doll. The actual doll hair wouldn't be that expensive at all. So that looks like the tail. I added the tail and like the ears on just this one image, and the reason for that was I was like, you know what, this is hard to add to every template, I'm not going to bother, I'll just add it on the final thing, which I don't regret that decision. I did the same with Orello, I just didn't enter the ears or the because the Arctic Fox ears, or I didn't enter the tail, which would actually end up being quite a bushy tail because Arctic Fox. So we've got this fan. You see, this is where the simplify vector layer thing is going to become really useful, because that is not a perfect straight line. Yeah, I've not worked on Cyberpunk Goddess's image in quite a while. I should really return to that, but, you know, basically on the laptop, I've been doing this. I don't know why I'm pointing down here. I've been doing... Where is it? I've been doing... that! No, that's off... Sorry. The angle is just so bad. I've been doing the angle... I've been doing... I'm kind of pointing in the correct direction. Yeah. I've been working on this particular animation and stuff. Just... There's so many frames that need to be done. But the tail I'm saying, that's around here. Because cat girl, so yeah, she has a tail. Although it's not the most obvious feature. It's not like a really thick, bushy tail, so it doesn't really stand out so much as other aspects. But you know, well, she's also half dragon, but mostly cat. I guess the dragon is things. I guess less cosmetic. I feel like this needs to go a bit lower perhaps on the way in to the arm. I feel like I've messed that up, but it's fixable. Yeah, dragon. That's where the other name came from, Draconian Cat Girl. It's how the lore evolved with Sakura that made it a thing. And I should be using this. You see, I said it's a problem. I keep using the mouse, not the key dial. You see, this, it says I've got like 113 gigabytes of memory and I'm using 13. It's far worse. No, don't gamble Sakura's dad. Because Sakura's dad is a dragon. That's like the whole lore I'm going with. Anyway, yeah, so dragon is technically Sakura's father. A snow dragon I decided because, you know, it's just to do with the colour. Like, if we go with someone who's got red hair and then someone who's got like white scales or whatever, if it's not hair, it adds up to actually make pink, which is Sakura's hair colour. So, you know, it's how I'm making sense of things. That story, like, the lore was just not great to begin with, but over time, as I edit it, as I add things, it gets better. I guess that's just how I write. Because it was not as good as it is now, the story. And the story now, as it stands, is not as good as it will finish up to be. I think I'll check that hand later when I've got rid of the sketch layer. It is a sketch layer. Yeah, I actually made my hair pink. It didn't last very long, but I gave it a try. I thought of making it green now because it has a certain natural greenness to it, so it would actually go green quite well. Have to bleach it though, it's very dark, so that's how I do it. I mean, that's like where this colour comes from, it's just literally like bleaching the hair. And that's what it comes out as. But before or after it's green, it's just quite a slight tint that's not that noticeable unless you look closely. That's not how you draw hair. If I could do this in one brush stroke, I guess I might save a bit of time. And I say that, I do not do it in one brush stroke because I lift the pen like a fool. Sakura. There we go. As I say, Simplify Vector Tool is my friend here. Which I've got down here. The key dial is useful if you use it properly. I'm not so sure I use it properly. I feel like I just have to keep my finger on the scroll wheel. This is actually really good as background music. I mean, I wasn't sure what it would be like to begin with. I mean, I figured it wouldn't have lyrics, but I wasn't actually sure how exactly it would work out. It's worked out quite well. I mean, I've played, Infusia Racing was pretty good as well. And the Gran Turismo, naturally. Gran Turismo has really nice, calming music. It's one of those things, like, no one thinks of playing Gran Turismo music. I don't know if anyone's played... People have probably played Ace Attorney music on stream. Things like The Sims are used as well. That's why I don't want to use The Sims music. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just... It's been done before. I want to try and be a little different. And it's one of those things, if you're in a stream and, like, everyone's used the songs before, it's just different. I've just realised that Akita Nero on this stream avatars is massive. Look, you get the feeling the head would actually be above the head of, what's it, Reen or Len? Because they're somehow really tiny. Akita Nero, she was actually made originally, like, as a joke, I think, about normies, because... You know, in 2007 when Hatsune Miku disappeared from the internet, there was a whole idea that she was like part of the anti-Miku cooperation or something like this, writing bad things about Miku on the phone and then publishing them online. Yeah, it's like, I think some people did really overreact. Yeah, but that's the thing, I don't think Miku is small. I think the others have just ended up so massive somehow. I don't know, like, I haven't given Sakura a canonical height, but I figure she's not that tall. I thought of making Orella 169 centimeters because it's my height, but mainly it's kind of a meme height, because the number 69 and all that is just like a memeable number. Somehow I'm only using like 2% CPU. No drop frames, I'm liking that. I think I might have mentioned in the last stream, which no one was there for, but anyway, I mentioned it. It was, I was getting horrendous frame drops. What was causing it? I had like this glass monitor up here, and then I had like, I don't think I can pull it over. I don't think I'm using this at the moment. I think it's on the built-in Wi-Fi card. I had this USB Wi-Fi dongle I was using at the time, and that was like in front of the glass monitor, and for some reason, being there, it blocked the Wi-Fi signal and messed them. Oh, that's perfect! Not only did you put 69 in the slots, you won 69. I just now feel like Sakura is in on the joke. Just like giving you that exact winning. I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't normally get anyone watching my streams. So being here now is good for me, I guess. I do appreciate it. I don't even remember when I said it. And one of the streams I didn't even have voice audio because something was just messed up with the setup. But I'm just saying, I did mention that. I've forgotten what I mentioned now, but I did mention it. About the random Wi-Fi stopping. This is intense music. I mean, it's interesting because I don't think I've heard this before, like any of this. It's just, someday I woke up and I said, I should use Ace Attorney music. I mean, I gave a listen to the start of it, it seemed decent enough to use. Actually, yeah, before when I was first playing with 8-Ball, I had, like, a fun idea. Yeah, happy music. Just what you need when you're in a courtroom. Because I think that's like the whole thing about Ace Attorney. We need happy music. As we're trying to save someone from getting sent to prison. Or whatever they do. We're trying to prove someone's innocence. Let's cue the happy music. Have I got... Okay, I think I simplified these lines. The hair, I don't know actually. Did I simplify it? I'm going to try that anyway. If I haven't simplified it, then this should make things a little easier. That was off the screen up there, so can I still... No, I can't zoom out. So if there was any points that just could have been removed, this should have done it. I think it was already as cut down as it could be though. Why do you lie? Apparently we may rely on everything. Okay, there's something I have to try now. If I can rely... I need to know if I can rely on it. Will my car catch fire? Can I rely on the fact that it will catch fire? Yeah, imagine if I made like a rule on this channel. 8-Ball is always right. 8-Ball is... Oh, thankfully my car is not going to set fire. Catch fire. I think I also asked it before, is the music hurting your ears? Where it was something like without a doubt. Yeah, good to know. Good to know. Interesting. So that hair is actually like drifted back onto the line. With cheese. I mean, I don't know. I have to see if I can find that video because there was a Cheesemobile. Oh dear. How will a Cheesemobile catch fire? I don't know. I'm scared. I guess it depends if you want molten cheese or not. Like, if you're making toasted cheese sandwich, then I guess it could work. probably wouldn't complain if they, in that context it sounds like. Yeah, my car. Oh no. Well, my car won't set on fire, so hey, you know, I can at least continue streaming. Probably best that you keep a fire extinguisher. You know, fiery cheese is dangerous. I don't know, because it was some old show from... I can't remember what it was, but it was some older show, and they had like this throwaway joke. It was like Cheesemobile, and you had like these two characters playing with a Cheesemobile, and they were like, "Oh no, you've destroyed the Cheesemobile!" I think they put like wheels on a piece of cheese or something. Ooh, this is an idea I've had. Yes. Yeah, hot cheese is one of the most dangerous substances known to man. I won't deny that. I'm cooking something, and I'm not cooking it very well with the emojis. There we go. I made a Cheesemobile. This is dumb. I'm supposed to be doing art, and I'm just like making Cheesemobiles with emojis. I don't know. Hey, at least we have a replacement Cheesemobile now. So, it's not all bad. I did actually... Okay, I think I need to actually kind of hold this shape, because I did trace this. So even if it's not exact, that's the kind of shape the head needs to go. It's kind of chibi styled. As I say, I'm not exactly using my style. I'm using what style was in the videos, although I do work with it because I do work with it though, because you know, my style is like the huge eyes. It's late 2000s Vocaloid, they tended to have huge eyes. You know, it's just something that works for me. And no one has remade the video. There was one video that they remade, the triple backer video that someone redid, but they literally just remade the whole thing, the 4:3 aspect and everything. I'm trying to thoroughly kind of modernise this and make it widescreen. It's just a case of, if I'm putting the effort into redrawing everything, I'm going to try and make this thing relevant to like modern displays. Because we had like 4:3 aspect displays that were like that, and then we had the widescreen ones which are like that and a little shorter. That was a change that happened. Yeah, I don't even know quite how it happened. I think what happened with my head, it was like, how big would you like to make the eyes? Yes. I kept making them bigger until they basically wouldn't fit in the head anymore. But then, you know, it's unique. What I was making before, it just looked like beginner art. It didn't really have a unique style to it. The thing is, I think it's also, it works because of like the eyes being the gateway to a soul and all that supposedly, so you can kind of see more about the character through the eyes. I think that was why older anime used it actually, because as I was saying about the aspect ratio changing, the resolution also changed. That's one of the reasons I'm remaking this video, because the resolution we got before, well, it said 480p, it may have even been lower to be honest. Because things like the eyes, which you won't be seeing here, but these eyes are such a mess. But they're a mess because you couldn't really tell. Like, there was eye whites here, and as you can imagine, I didn't draw the outline for them. The reason I didn't draw the outline for them was because I didn't see it. It just, like, blended together, the colour and the bitrate and everything. It was not great. Like, we can do so much more with the modern technology. And I say modern technology as if my, 8-year-old CPU is actually modern. But the thing is, it works. As I say, the thing is like this PC, you'd think, oh, it's old, it's not going to be as good as what comes out now. But with all the RAM I've stuck in this thing, 128 gigabytes, it would actually be less stable with the modern DDR5 boards, because the faster, newer RAM, supposedly it's unstable. Whereas this, it takes 4 sticks and it's perfectly stable. I'm live streaming from it and everything. You know, so that's the thing. It's like, you can't put as much RAM in a new board. And as you'll see from the performance metrics, I've got 128 gigabytes instead at the top there of the bottom metric. Which is a lot of RAM for today's standards. But at the same time, if we look like 25 years ago, you could argue 128 megabytes was a lot of RAM. There was a machine that I modified, put the Core 2 Duo stuff in, that had 64 megabytes of RAM. And I get it, like, if you were born after about 2005, it would sound impossible just how low that is, but we have to remember, things back then were different. Computers moved on quite a bit in the early 2000s, faster than they do nowadays. Yeah. I want to make another emoji thing. Yeah, RAM is also memory is perhaps the more common term, but I call it random access memory or RAM. It's also that. I'm getting technical because I get obsessed with all these specs and stuff. As you can probably tell, like, I don't need all this performance stuff I have on my screen in the bottom right corner. No, don't put all my RAM on. I don't know. Like, the Sakura image, though, that was using, like, over 35 gigs of RAM. You know, the other Sakura image. This is just outlines now. It's not going to take that, but I can get really obsessive on adding layers upon layers, and that's where the RAM gets eaten away at. Because 32 is very high spec nowadays. I've got 128, but I kind of need that. Because for some of the stuff I do, it's what they call RAM hungry. Which is not to be confused with a hungry RAM. Oh dear. My hand is not stable, even with stabilization on. Maybe if I pivot that. It's almost there. You see there's a huge amount of points. They scare me. Having that many vector points scares me. So, we are going to go with my magic special reducing brush. Reducing. I can't even speak now. This is just too hard, but I could just go back to the belt. I don't want to get stuck doing one thing that was actually boring to watch. This, I feel, is at least somewhat more interesting because you're watching the character come together. I can go back and do the bout in my own time. I could even do it on the laptop, so, you know. I'm not sure I saved this yet. That is not a good decision to just not save your work. I have it on an external drive like I've been using with the laptop. It's just a little gold thing. It was actually a SSD drive from a laptop that failed, and I put it in an enclosure, and now it's an external drive. Pretty good, pretty quick drive, and delete there. I feel like this needs to be a bit sharper, so if we go switch corner. I can go switch corner here as well, actually. So, Yeah, we've got this here. Need to get all the pieces looking somewhat intact in place. I'm just thinking now, what if it actually played music in courtrooms? Well, that would be something. Judge, permission to cue the music. And again, I must reiterate, like, I get how messy this layer looks underneath here, but that's because I was working at something like 480p, and I was using the vectors, like, not having an inherent native resolution to make upsizing it a lot easier. Power limit throttling, I think, means it's running out of power and throttling. Ah, donuts. Okay, I know what to do then. Wait, there's not a donut emoji, are you telling me? Yes, there is a donut, I was misspelling it. I'm gonna put the donut in the slot machine and cause even more trouble for the person who has to clean it out. I'd be doing that. I feel like it's almost like nursery gambling where you don't actually have any money, so you're just picking up objects. I would like to trade this for a slot machine. This was a weird sudden change in music pace. Yay. There we go. It looks off now, but I'm going to trim all this stuff to make sense. Yes, I wonder if they do hate us. It depends, because if it's Kitchen Sponge Chan, she actually likes cleaning things. That's like her whole personality, that she'll enjoy washing dishes, because she is a kitchen sponge. We're out of doubt. Even 8-Ball knows that they hate us for messing up the machines. Yeah, I do like I made Sakura the bot. I feel like that's just a really good decision. Like, I've had worse choices made to that. So, it's 2:30. I mean, I can probably stream for another half hour. Yeah. Kitchen Sponge Chan. If she was real, all the dishes in this world would be clean. I mean, also, I'm pretty sure at this point, that Date Everything game literally just saw Kitchen Sponge Chan and stole my idea. I get it. Developing a game takes longer than that, but I'm happy with my headcanon. They obviously stole my idea. The weirdest thing is, I seem to write things and draw things, and then they later end up becoming true. Like, I'm not even trying to predict the future. Perhaps even weirder, it's specifically when I'm not trying to predict the future. For better or for worse, usually for worse, these things end up coming true. I have a running joke actually that a literal kitchen sponge is the plush for Kitchen Sponge Chan. Like, she is the kitchen sponge, so you know, you can buy her plush at all good grocery stores. I'm not liking how this is balancing out for line art. Nah, so I want to actually do this in one stroke. No, so I've got to kind of start down here. Now it just sounds like they're imitating Pokemon music. Just seeing this, I'm thinking of Tito fruits. Yeah, Soap Chan and Kitchen Chan washing dishes together. It's perfect, it's the perfect friendship. They met while they met finding dishes to clean. Yeah, there's something I'm thinking of now, just drawing these shapes down here. This one particularly, it makes me think of this completely random video that I have to show now. You know, completely horrible. Yeah, I imagine that's like people looking at them. Why is there a talking sponge and a talking soap bar? Nothing's real anymore. So, I misspelt it. I also don't know how to control. Dishes are so yummy. Indeed. Dishes are the most delicious food ever. After cheese. And people eat basically anything. It's all a lie. Yes, everything you know is wrong. Which is also a Weird Al song. I'm actually gonna play the audio on this because it's so perfect. I've got like Forza music just in the suggestions because of what I have played before. This is the perfect video. Yeah, like that's got to be the best video ever for recent years. Although, to be honest, there was actually a Vocaloid song recently that had a Taco Luca cameo. Of course I would know about that. Yeah, it's like Tito Fruits. I just love that thing. I love all the like really dumb stuff people come up with. Okay, so SF1 as it is. If I make that like kind of transparent, just unlock it so I can change that. Like this will give me an idea, I think, of where things fall. I'm also getting confused. Don't want that. Do I? Yes. So confused. I need both of them up. Okay, I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting something I can try. So, is it SF1? SF2 final. So I don't want to mess with this, per se. Lock that. Yeah, it is beautiful. I totally agree. So I'm not going to go like really in depth on this because I don't know if that's what I want to do. Exactly, like, it's just one of those things that's kind of complicated to draw about Sakura, so, you know, I'm going to have to make this match on different layers as well, so once I've got like the basic outline done, I mean, I don't know if it looks like that very well, but it's actually meant to look like it's made of petals somewhat. It's just supposed to be like V2, but I guess to an extent you could say taken to the extreme. So that's a start. I mean, like, they're not the final lines though, because I have to make... Well, I have to make it like somewhat match that. Okay, so it's getting there. Given the time, yeah, I've probably got 20 minutes or so left. Because I do need to eat, as I eat 4 hours a day. And if I don't eat later on, it doesn't do me any good. I mean, it works for me because it means I take in the calories I need. I don't like just sit round and take in loads of nutrients that I know I can never use. It's not as hard as you'd think. It's one of those things. It's like it sounds like you. It sounds like a real struggle, but after you've done it for a while, it's easy. Okay, so now I am seeing something. There's like, I didn't mention this. It's actually a Taco Luca song as well, but it's from something like 2009 when that was a big thing. There's actually a song as well. Like that wasn't the original song to the Tito Fruits meme. They just used it. I think it was like Machine Love they called it. It was like that's the actual song. There's also like I've not seen much of it, but there is actually a Tito version of that like Miku legs thing as well. These things are crazy, and that's just how they are. Potatoes and soup with mustard. I have actually got soup, and it's got potatoes in it. No mustard, though. Mustard isn't something for me, but, you know. I think that's the phone going off. Just brought a notification up. Yeah, I put the phone under... Weird Kaikun law. So here I've got the webcam, or the Insta360 I'm using as a webcam. It ended up on top of a USB hub with one leg there. And then over here, I had to just put it on top of a flip phone because it's almost exactly the same height. So, you know, thought I might as well use it. And then it vibrates and everything's all over. I feel like I could turn the bitrate up, but I'm not going to mess with it. Actually, I can show you this keyboard a bit as well. I think it comes out far enough. Like, my rainbow keyboard! I do like that thing. I got it on an eBay auction cheaper, and it's actually the video editing version of the board, which makes it even more special. I think it's one of the nicest video editing boards you'll ever find. It's also an Apple board, and I'm using it on Windows, because I'm such a rebel. So, can count this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I gotta get this right to line it all up. I have to ask 8-Ball something. Yeah, I feel like many people don't know about them. I actually had this dream about one, because of course I would have really nerdy dreams, but it was a very interesting one I bought. I'm kind of disappointed that was a dream and not real, because it was like a semi-transparent one. It was really nice. It was like this translucent plastic made the keyboard. Yeah, 8-Ball is back to its normal tricks. Wait, Sakura is number 2. This is not fair at all. Why does Sakura get number 2? Oh dear. Anyway. Yeah, I gotta sort these out. They don't normally have trouble staying on. I mean, I could always try the glasses. Which, yeah. These actually make my eyes look bigger as well, kind of. But I don't actually need them to see all this stuff. It's if I'm driving I really need them because of my distance vision being poor, but if it's close up I can see just fine. Gotta try sorting the headphones out because this is not working. Yeah, hopefully this is better now. Yeah, it's like it's not even 8-Ball telling me I'm an embarrassment to the animation industry. In fact, I find that kind of amusing. It's the fact it got number 2 that irritates me. Yeah, it gets better. I also have these ones. I have another set of those in the car, but they're almost exactly the same. Now the current ones I use for driving. I don't know. I don't think these look better. But still. I have the best eraser ever. Yeah. Control Z. Like, this was only £1 or something used. And it's a big chunk of an eraser. Also, at that same day, I found an Among Us puzzle. Like, there is actually Among Us puzzles. And my dad likes puzzles, so yeah, I nagged him into getting it. He was like, he was going to buy one anyway, and I mean, that was obviously the most interesting one. Yeah, glasses too. Yeah, that's I also have this. Not sure I've published it online, but I actually used this thing with a Sakura image. So I was like holding it like that, and then I turned myself into Sakura. So yeah, that microphone stayed. It's also, I forgot to mention, like, my gaming channel being Core 2 Duo and everything, I generally very much like the Core 2 Duo silver and blue. And yeah, of course, I find the microphone that is silver and blue. I've also got this, show and tell time. I've got my Rode Procaster. What I'm using is very similar to this, but it's white and plugs into a USB port. This is XLR, so yeah, it's that connector, which generally goes into a interface, which I can also bring out because I have it right here conveniently. Plugged into that, so it's not so simple as just a USB mic, and the Podcaster, as this is pretty good. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff. I mean, I have a number of keyboards as well. Like, keyboards are just something I enjoy playing around with. So, if we've got this... okay. So, we've got that. One thing I'm seeing here that I could add is... Another, like, line. Which kind of comes out there. and goes in again. So it'll be something like this. Nope, I messed that up. Anyway, it just yeah, it's like a bit of perspective, I think, which I somehow failed to add. So yeah, we're looking probably 15 minutes left. As the OBS timer is on. I mean, I usually do an hour and a half, but I'm amused enough to go a little longer. Yes, so many cool things. I actually have USB audio as well. And a USB hub. All this other stuff is a bit boring, but still. My flip phone is Android, too. Actually, yeah, I'll get my other Android flip phone. Just try and sort this out as well. Rightio. Android. It's from like 2017. This is an import from Korea. Because Korea got this stuff. This is the nicer looking of the two. Definitely, but it doesn't have a headphone jack. The LG has a headphone jack. You can stick 512GB SD cards in these and play like FLAC audio and everything. They're really nice, like little audio players, and they also have a phone. So people just wouldn't know. People wouldn't know they do that. They'll just see a flip phone. No one's going to rob it off you because they're like, oh, that's a flip phone. It's going to be totally worthless. The Samsung also looks like it's got an OLED screen. It's got that kind of purple hue to it, although from every research I've done, it doesn't say it's an OLED. It looks good enough to be an OLED, that's for sure. OLED, if you know, it's the higher end display technology available today. And Samsung has used it in phones for quite a while. Since about 2010 at latest, I think. Might have used it before then, but I know the Galaxy S1 had an AMOLED display, and that was 2010. It disappeared, did it? Yeah, I don't know if the chair covered it up, but I disappeared, and then I reappeared, materialised. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? If you have a VTuber model, you can't disappear, but this is a webcam, so, you know. if me looking bad isn't enough of a sign. I mean, it's as I say, this software, you have to actually pay a subscription to get the VTuber software. I'm not a fan of subscriptions at all. And then there's like paying to get the model made and all that. I'm fine just using the webcam. It also, I think, has the other advantage that people can actually see who's drawing. People can see who's making the art. Not everyone has to do it. I don't expect everyone to do things my way, but I do things my way. Yeah. Why PS3? I don't know what that is. I should, but I don't. I have a bunch of phones. I have the S5. Jeez. Well, yeah, so... what have I got? Okay, I've got something completely random. I mean, I would love to make more commands. I think there's a way, but I don't learn it. Okay, that makes no sense. Should I ride my bike past the traffic lights? It's too much fun. Better not tell you now. I don't know what that's supposed to imply. Okay, so I'm seeing it here. Yeah. It's looking like I'm mostly doing well. But again, so I'm seeing something here. So that's like moving outwards. Actually, I think I'm gonna try something because, like, if I just erase all of this stuff, but the one at the very end, which is kind of a limits, and I'm messing up real bad. It's because it's using the other one as a vector eraser, I think. So yeah, anyway, I've got either kind of end piece here. Wait, did I do something really dumb? No, I didn't. So I've got, anyway, this gives me the ends of each piece on that side and that side. So I should be able to transfer the overall, like, skirt look, because it has to, like, it has to just fall into the right place. If it was still like there and it stayed completely stiff, it just wouldn't look natural at all. I mean, again, it's kind of a harder material. It's not like just really soft fabric, but still. My reply is no. What is that? Should I run away from a wild tiger? Oh dear. I mean, I remember that thing. It's like that event in the Tomo stream was like, will I ever find love? And then a load of things similar to that, and then people just kept saying no. Yeah, it's just so cruel at times. So okay, so we're going one across. It looks like about one across. There we go. So we'll go like this. I have to try and make this all like vaguely match at least. It doesn't have to be exact. But still, I feel like if I get a smooth enough line. Oh, I'm being dumb. Sorry about this. I put the Tito fruits on, and then I just forgot to put this back on after. Yeah, I put it on just to the end of the song. So we're looking at 10 minutes-ish. Intense music. Intense music noises. No one needs to... Yeah, I remember. But like, Abel kept saying it. Like, I think 3 or 4 times. It wasn't just saying it once. Like, that's what makes it crazy. It was like Abel was sure of it, but then even more so, it was openly admitting to like gaslighting him. I was like, are you gaslighting him? Abel was just, yes. And there we go. Oh. No idea what happened there. It just like straightened out. I'm sure my pen wasn't still like that. I can change this, but I'm inclined to believe. So does this change the way I'm thinking? Like, so we'll go SF2 and SF1. So it actually appears to go... Okay, I think that's okay. I think the height needs to stay about the same. So we've got SF1 and SF2. I think what I'll do, I'll probably finish this skirt as best as I can and then move on. So you see all these pieces, because the body kind of moves that way, it's like these edges are moving as well, but the base stays the same. It's to do with the overall physics and just making the whole thing look good. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as the mind can, like, fill the gaps and say, well, yeah, that's got physics, then that works. Obviously, I'm going to try and tidy it up and give it my own, like, sharp art style, which I love because it's sharp. I feel like that, like I'm trying to just 3D render though, but all I have is a pen. It works in a way, like I can't really explain how or why this style works. I just tried some random stuff and it ended up looking quite decent. This does actually sound like Sims music. Not wrong there. Like, I don't know about the developers and everything, but it's possible that it used the same developer or the same music producer or something as The Sims. It used either music that sounded almost identical in some ways, or just the same music even. Yeah, this is like really Sims music. Now I want to play The Sims as well. Subconsciously trying to sell us The Sims games. Okay, so I think this is almost finishing time. And I have done something very dumb here. Because I've got this line here which should signify kind of the edge. Okay, I think I know what to do. So we've got this. I feel like I should draw based on this, if that makes sense. And then I could just grab this, move it down so it looks a little more natural. But don't do that because it messes it up. So yeah, I like the older Sims games though. Like, Sims can be fun, but I just find 4 took a lot of stuff away. 3 is pretty good, but it can really mess with systems and just make them lag sometimes for reasons I don't understand. But it was open world and stuff, that was very good of it. 2 was just generally good, and 2 graphically is very good as well for a game from the early 2000s. They have a lot of DLC though, that's the issue. You know, it's like Gran Turismo 5, I think Gran Turismo 6, and maybe Gran Turismo 5 had like 1 DLC pack, which was just a few cars. As far as I recall, Gran Turismo 6 and Gran Turismo 7 and Gran Turismo Sport, I guess, in the middle of the 2, every kind of downloadable has been free on there. I mean, they may have had it so you could buy credits, like a lot of things have nowadays, but every, like, car was free. Yeah, third one was Sims 3. There's also Sims City, but that's kind of a completely different game series. City Skylines, all that, it's just all a completely different genre. I mean, something I do miss about older games is they actually pulled good graphics out of very weak computers compared to what we have now. And they're actually able to make entirely good playable games. Oh, Sakura has no face. Anyway, I should really be finishing now, so I'll try and like tidy up these lines a little just to finish off with a vector eraser. There we go. Not really going to do any harm doing that. Yeah, so I mean, I'll just do some small things now to finish off. I will be going though in a moment. Make sure it's saved. We can close the music off, and so goodbye, Elena, and anyone, I guess, who might have briefly appeared here. I don't know, it was a second person for about a minute. So yes, that will be the finishing. Let's just clear off this other layer and see what we got. Yeah, we've got a half-finished Sakura. A Sakura. Anyway, goodbye everyone. I will be stopping. 3, 2.